Yeah, I didn't rush to talk about the South Park thing because I feel like I have nothing novel to say, relative to what everyone else has already said about it. I'm also not like a big fan of South Park. It's just not my style of humor. I'm not saying that in a condescending way, okay? Um, I'm not saying that to indicate that I'm better than you. I have also fallen prey to scrolling through short form content and getting a Family Guy clip, and then I watch it for 30 seconds and I go, I'm not saying I'm better than you. Don't come after me, all right? Um, South Park, after Paramount, the company that recently probably canned Stephen Colbert to appease the Trump administration so the Trump administration would approve of an upcoming merger. South Park's their season opening episode, the premiere, was basically just a significant portion of which was dedicated to making fun of Trump. Showed him in bed with Satan, just showed his face straight up, not really an allegory. A bunch of it was just saying Trump has a small penis, which is probably true, but it was all like edgy 10-year-old recess playground humor, right? Not particularly biting in my opinion, but what am I? I'm not a culture critic. Watched the entire episode. Well, there were also parts of the episode where Jesus Christ shows up and indicates that he's like scared of being sued by Trump and that this is being done to preserve the Paramount deal and that, they probably got rid of Stephen Colbert. It was all really juvenile. Anyway, what made this actually funny to me, right? Because, it stands on its own 2 feet, I suppose. But what really sold this to me is that the White House actually responded to it. It was rage bait and it worked. In a written statement, a White House spokesperson said, among other things, the show's creators are lacking in authentic or original content. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have the actual... Here we go. The left's hypocrisy truly has no end. For years, they've come after South Park for what they labeled as offensive content. But suddenly they are praising the show. Just like the creators of South Park, the left has no authentic or original content, which is why their popularity continues to hit record lows. The show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years and is hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas and a desperate attempt for attention. President Trump has delivered on more promises in just 6 months than any other president in our country's history. No fourth-rate show can derail President Trump's hot streak. So, yeah. It honestly sounds like something written by Trump himself, so I don't know if the spokesman got direction, You can blast them for a lot, but South Park is nothing but authentic and relevant. Well, authenticity claims aside, it is true that Paramount probably wouldn't pay $1.5 billion for licensing rights to an irrelevant fourth-rate show. I'm not here to defend the honor of South Park. It is incredibly funny that it led to a response from the White House. And also, it seems to me like a reaffirmation of a culture shift that's been a long time coming. The entirety of Trump's first term, the right was all free speech warriors, right? Like, their argument was that the left was censorious, unfunny, and wanted to make everything dull. They wanted to make everything woke. You can't say anything. The left will censor you. And it seems to me like the tide is turning on this. Even though Republicans' approval ratings of Trump have held steady, independents have not. And I think that is in large part not just because of the economy or the deportations, but also because it's getting really, really, really difficult to believe that Republicans are the ones who want to promote like fun as more and more of their censorious policies roll out, Like right now, for example, there's the MasterCard and Visa ban of any content deemed like unacceptable by a bunch of prudish Australian women. Them railing against South Park? What a phenomenal way to make yourself uncool. Just on principle, who do you think would be more likely to, or which administration do you think would be more likely to publicly beef with South Park? Trump's or Hillary Clinton's? Because for my money, if you had me standing there in 2020 and you asked me that question, I would say Trump's. But back then I would probably say Hillary's. Because back then, the first Trump administration, why would he? Really? No, yeah, for sure. Because the Hillary Clinton playbook, the way her messaging was oriented was very like tut-tut. Not like it was unnecessarily, you know, it wasn't undeserved, right? Like Republicans deserve to be tutted in whatever way is most effective, I guess. I guess maybe it would be more accurate to say that I think people would associate this kind of beefing with Hillary Clinton in the cultural space more than with Trump. Nowadays, Trump crashes out and threatens to sue everyone who criticizes him, you know? It's pretty difficult to look at that as an independent and not feel like this is the party of anti-free speech. I mean, Jesus, getting Colbert canceled? Lawsuit against ABC? Just you insinuating she's a Karen is sexist? I'm not insinuating that Hillary Clinton is a Karen. She's absolutely a Karen. I just think Trump is a bigger Karen. Because I'm woke like that. For me, it's not a gender association, you know? Even though it definitely is. In the episode Trump Sues the Town, yeah, I saw. And he does love to sue people. The only reason Paramount backed down on the lawsuit is because they needed the Trump administration's approval to get that merger they want. But overwhelmingly, the Trump administration does not win their lawsuits, you know? I don't think these businesses should be afraid of Trump lawsuits, you know? I don't think anything's going to come of them. We'll see what ends up happening with the recent lawsuit from Trump to the Wall Street Journal. We'll see how that ends up playing out. I am curious. Did I say wall suit? I didn't have the right protein bar when I woke up this morning, okay? It was the wrong type of protein bar. Everything's off. Drink a protein water? You mean like a whey shake? Editors have been hiding Vosh's mental decline. That's probably true. That's difficult to deny. You'll never guess who decided to start going meow, 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 meow right as I'm about to start. Once more. Nope. Why, little man? Why? Don't you know when I stream? Well, I guess I don't know when I stream these days. Why the big kick? What does it mean? What does it mean? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Ooh.